Kirk Jowers, and it's time for another episode of Ask doTERRA. And I'm particularly honored today because it's International Women's Day, and we have had an incredible event for Days for Girls, a charity that doTERRA supports and loves. We've had over 500 volunteers come and assemble these kits. And I have next to me one of the greatest women athletes on earth, Alev Kelter.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us all day. You just inspired all the volunteers in our auditorium. You've inspired me and my girls.
Oh, thank you.
Because you have won medals in hockey, in soccer, and then you decided why not go to Rio and lead the U.S. Rugby team down in Rio. An incredible life so far.
It's been an honor, and it's truly a blessing to play sports every day, and just to be an inspiration for young girls and young boys too. But rugby has been amazing. It's treated me so well, and I'm just grateful to be here with you and this headquarters of doTERRA.
So I have 1,000 questions, but I only have time for a couple,
okay.
At least for this segment. And the first one is, in this era where people become so focused on one sport, and I know there are some issues with that, you have decided that you could master three quite different sports. What made you decide to do that?
I've always been a fan of following your passions, and when I was younger I played probably about 6 different sports, and I was passionate about every single one of them, and so I narrowed it down to 3, or narrowed it down to 2, and then rugby kind of added itself a little later in my life. But just being a multi-sport athlete and having everything from discipline to learning about time management to learning about how to continue to push through hard times, sports are an amazing they're amazing for that, for all of those things, and I'm grateful to have sports in my life.
Now, if you just watch this much, if the first time you've ever heard of Alev Kelter is here on Ask doTERRA, you would probably think your life has just been charmed. You've had no setbacks, you've never had an injury, never had an issue, and that's why you've just been able to kind of flow from medal to medal to Olympics to Olympics. Tell me a little bit about that. Your life hasn't been a perfect A to Z.
It's definitely not been perfect, but it's been a wild ride. And I was on track to make the Olympic hockey team, and I fell short and went through some tough times with that. However, I have a lot of amazing family and a lot of friends that help me and pick me up. And I realized it's not about the no's or yeses in life, but it's about your purpose and what you want to do with your purpose and how you want to just share that with other people is why I do sports. I'm in love with it, and I want to share that love with others.
Now, of course, we are able to meet with each other because you were kind. We saw you post a little bit on social media about that doTERRA has helped you as you've pursued all of these incredible goals and had these incredible accomplishments.
Yeah.
Can you tell me kind of what you use on a well, let's do first before and after a game, and then kind of on a daily basis, what products mean the most to you?
Yeah, so our athletic trainers used to rub Vicks on our chest, and now it's become from that to doTERRA Breathe Stick on us, and then we used to do peppermint on our hands and smell it, and it would be this kind of very team-esque, like, okay, ready, inhale, exhale, inhale, and it's together and breathing together, and we still do the deep breaths and use that deep Breathe Stick on our chest, and then afterwards everyone is just lathering up on Deep Blue, and even before we have our athletic trainer has it in a little bit of a squeeze container, and we just go up to her and we show her our backs of our legs, and she knows exactly where to put them on our hamstrings and our calves, and then we're all using that. And then for me, I have a lot of different things I like to do, but the most prominent is probably the On Guard in my water. I have a continuous sore throat that I feel like always happens after and before tournaments because I'm a sweeper and I do a lot of yelling on the field and directing, and then the cough drops, On Guard cough drops, the Breathe cough drops as well, and then I love lemon and grapefruit in my water. So there's just a little bit of a lot of things, but
no, it's fantastic. I love all of those things, and I know a lot of sports teams that will follow your advice. Thank you so much for coming to doTERRA headquarters and for being a part of International Women's Day, for Days for Girls, and we hope we have you back a lot. And good luck in
Thank you.
in
Thank
your
you so
rugby
much.
from here on out.
Yeah, I love what you guys do, so thank you.
Thank you.